The P0135 diagnostic trouble code indicates a malfunction in the heater circuit of the upstream oxygen sensor on bank 1, sensor 1. This sensor is positioned before the catalytic converter on the engine's side, containing cylinder 1 in a V engine setup. The sensor's heater ensures quick warm-up to operating temperature within 10 to 20 seconds, particularly during cold starts, to minimize emissions. When the heater fails, it leads to inaccurate sensor readings, reduced fuel efficiency by 10 to 20%, and rough engine idling. The O2 sensor's heater circuit includes an internal heater resistor, wiring harness, fuses, and the engine control module power supply. The ECM monitors the heater's resistance or voltage. If it detects an open or short circuit or excessive current draw, it triggers the P0135 code. The heater needs to bring the sensor to around 600 to 800 degrees Celsius for optimal performance. Several factors can trigger the P0135 diagnostic trouble code. The most common causes include aged oxygen sensors, wiring issues from heat exposure, blown fuses, corrosion damage, and aftermarket modifications. The most frequent cause is aged oxygen sensors. These sensors typically last between 60,000 and 100,000 miles before their heater circuits fail due to wear. Wiring shorts often result from heat exposure near the exhaust or corrosion from moisture and road salt. Blown fuses occur when electrical current exceeds safe levels, often from short circuits in the heater circuit. Corrosion or physical damage to the wiring harness and sensor connectors can interrupt the heater circuit's electrical flow. Aftermarket exhaust modifications can alter sensor positioning or electrical connections, increasing P0135 likelihood. The heater circuit connects the engine control module through a fuse and wiring to the oxygen sensor. Electrical flow through this circuit powers the sensor's heater. These common causes highlight the importance of thorough diagnosis to identify the specific issue in the heater circuit. Start diagnosing by using an OBD2 scanner to confirm the P0135 code and check for any related codes such as P0130 for voltage issues. Next, inspect the wiring harness and connectors for corrosion, damage, or loose connections that could interrupt the circuit. Use a multimeter to check for continuity in the heater circuit, ensuring there are no breaks in the electrical path. Verify the O2 sensor's heater resistance, which should typically be less than 10 ohms for proper operation. Finally, check the relevant fuses in the vehicle's fuse box and replace them if they are blown to restore power to the heater circuit. Locate the fuse for the O2 sensor heater circuit in your vehicle's fuse box. Consult your owner's manual for the exact location. Remove the fuse and inspect it for breaks or damage. A blown fuse will have a broken wire inside or visible damage. Replace the fuse with a new one of the same amperage. Refer to the fuse color code chart to ensure correct amperage rating. Clear the P0135 code using an OBD2 scanner. Connect the scanner to the vehicle's diagnostic port and follow the prompts to erase the code. Restart the vehicle and monitor if the code returns. Drive for a short distance and check for the P0135 code using the scanner. A blown fuse can often be caused by a short in the circuit. If the new fuse blows immediately, there is a more significant electrical problem that requires further diagnosis. First, disconnect the negative battery terminal to ensure safety and prevent electrical issues. Next, locate the bank 1 sensor 1 oxygen sensor, typically upstream of the catalytic converter. Disconnect the electrical connector from the sensor by pressing the release tab and pulling it apart. Use an O2 sensor socket or wrench to carefully remove the old sensor by turning it counterclockwise. Apply a thin layer of anti-seize compound to the threads of the new sensor to prevent seizing and ease future removal. Install the new sensor by hand first, then use the wrench to tighten it to the manufacturer's specified torque. Reconnect the electrical connector to the sensor, ensuring it clicks into place. Then reconnect the negative battery terminal. Finally, use an OBD2 scanner to clear the P0135 code and verify the repair. Do not automatically assume the O2 sensor is faulty when diagnosing P0135. Experts suggest that around 40% of P0135 cases are due to wiring issues rather than sensor failure. Thoroughly inspect the wiring harness for any signs of damage, such as frayed wires. Check for melted insulation or corrosion on connectors. Repair or replace any damaged wiring to restore proper circuit function. Ensure all connections are secure and free of corrosion. In the heater circuit, damaged wiring can interrupt the flow of electricity to the O2 sensor heater. Regularly inspect your vehicle's wiring and sensors to prevent issues. Pay attention to any changes in fuel efficiency or engine performance. Consider using O2 sensors with faster heating elements. In the future, expect AI-driven diagnostics to help predict sensor failures. For hybrid vehicles, be aware that battery drain from faulty heaters could lead to ECM resets. Cloud-based platforms like Ford Sync are already analyzing sensor data for predictive maintenance. Understanding the heater circuit can help with maintenance. Electricity flows from the battery through the fuse to the heater and back to ground.